I greet you in Jesus' precious name. And this is your friend Angus Buchan with a thought for the day. We go to the book of Acts, chapter 4, verse 13. And they realized that they had been with Jesus. Now, according to C.H. Spurgeon, the great preacher, he said, as Christians, we should be a striking resemblance to Jesus Christ. The best testimony and living example of Jesus should be written in the words and the actions of his followers. Yes, we should be pictures of Christ. People should say of us, he has been with Jesus. His speech, his actions, and most of all, the love that pours out from him. They all speak of the time he spends with Jesus. His everyday actions should speak louder than words. I remember many years ago hearing a story of a man who was sailing in the South Sea Islands, and he was shipwrecked. He was a missionary, and the local islanders found him, and they gave him some refuge. And he tried to speak to them about Jesus Christ. They said to him, you can stay with us. We have our own gods, but we don't want to hear about your God. If you speak about your God to us, we will kill you. That man lived his whole life on that island. Many, many years later, another group of missionaries arrived at the island. And the tribesmen welcomed them, and they sat down and they had a big talk together. And the missionaries started to tell them about Jesus, about the gospel of Christ. And the islanders didn't seem surprised. And they asked the islanders, have you heard of Jesus before? Have other people been to the island and preached? They said, no. Well, how is it you're not surprised by the miraculous story of the life, the crucifixion and resurrection of Christ? They said, no, we're not surprised at all because he used to live here. They said, really? Can you show us? And they took these missionaries to the gravesite of the man who had lived with them and never spoke a word of Jesus Christ, but his lifestyle showed them all about the Son of God. Today, let our words not be many, but let our lifestyle speak of the love of Christ. Jesus bless you and goodbye.